Good evening, students. So in last session, we have completed Accounting Standard 10. First, we will revise it shortly, Accounting Standard 10. Previously, it was Accounting Standard 10, accounting for fixed asset, but now it is property, plant and equipment. Friends, fixed asset word we are not using now. It is property, plant and equipment. Why? Logic is very simple. Fixed asset includes tangible and intangible assets, but intangible assets is covered under Accounting Standard 26 and Accounting Standard 10. Now it's consisting of only tangible assets, and the word is property, plant and equipment in line with Accounting Standard Ind AS 16 and IAS 16 of international level. In this Accounting Standard 10, what is the property, plant and equipment? That is a tangible asset which is you are using for more than 12 months for production of goods and services, for administrative purpose and for rental purpose. It is called as accounting for property, plant and equipment. So first thing, what is to be included and what is not to be included in Accounting Standard 10, we have seen. Accounting Standard 10 gives you three criteria: recognition, measurement, presentation, and last one is a disclosure. So RMPD analysis is very, very important. To record accounting standard, we have to understand the first time if you are recording it. So what is the initial price and subsequent cost? So initial price is direct purchase price plus related expenses that will be considered while recording accounting standard, property, plant and equipment. And in subsequent expenditure, it consists of day-to-day expenses, that is a servicing cost that will be transferred to profit and loss account, major inspection cost that will be considered in Accounting Standard 10 as capitalization, that measurement of inspection cost. And what is the last one? Replacement part. So replacement part, previous part was to be removed and new value will be added. So previous WDV you will deduct it and new value you are going to add it. After that, we have seen there are two models, cost model and revaluation model. Initially only one model, that is the cost model, and subsequently there might be a cost model or revaluation model. When you increase your asset, then it will be revaluation surplus account, and when you decrease your asset, it is profit and loss account debit to asset account. Friends, there are different situations of measurement of cost. First one is when you exchange asset with another asset. Second one, in case of hire purchase. Third one, if it is related to finance lease, and if it is related to government grant. So in case of hire purchase, you will record asset separately at a cash price and interest component will be transferred to profit and loss account. In non-monetary asset, you have to see, that is in exchange if you are buying one asset. In that case, it is you have two options. First one is a commercial substance exists and commercial substance not exist. If commercial substance exists, yes, you will record it at fair value of the assets given up or taken up, whichever is more clearly evident. But beta, if it is no commercial substance, then you will consider book value of asset given up. So we have seen all these criteria. Today we are going to see what is after recognition and what is retirement, derecognition, changes in existing, decommissioning and liabilities, and depreciation. I hope today's session will be completed before 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and after that I'm going to cover some questions and how to study for accounting, that I will provide you some tips at the end. So friends, let's start. गुड इवनिंग. यस बेटा, गुड इवनिंग. चलो 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 जल्दी गुड इवनिंग बोल दीजिए फटाफट. आज लास्ट सेशन है तो आप लोगों ने गुड इवनिंग तो बोलना चाहिए. आज जल्दी जल्दी आ जाइए. यस, महादेव भारद्वाज जी, अंकित गुप्ता, मुक्ता व्यास, मतांजलि, रितिका, जानवी, रफीक भाई, आज मागेश्वरम, उमा सोमनाथम बेटा, राघवन जी, आदर्श मिश्रा, मुक्ता जी, अरविंद जी, ईशा, जेनिशा. चलो गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू बेटा. यस, चौगुले श्रद्धा जी, सौम्या गुप्ता जी, साक्षी. यस बेटा, गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू. चलो फास्ट 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 ज्वाइन कीजिए. आज से आपका ग्रुप 1 का अकाउंट्स खत्म हो गया है. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू फिनिश अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड 10 and we will start with some revision part, or I will give you some techniques, tips for your future study. चलिए. So what is retirement? अरे वाह, आज बद्रीनाथ जी, many new names आज. Yes, waiting for some time. Last 1 minute. Many students are joining. I hope you are doing good for costing, income tax and law. Now your first group is almost at the end and your second group is going to start. Second group as compared to first group, it's a format based. So in second group, it might possible that you will score more marks, but second group accounting standard, there are 13 accounting standards in second group as compared to first group. In first group, you have 5-6 accounting standards, and those are also very easy. That AS2, AS10. I don't think you will find it difficult. 11, 16, 12 is nothing better. But yes, but obvious group 2 ke accounting standards are much tricky because they are CA final questions. Okay, so yes, Anita ji, I am also going to miss you all, and we will get connected with Telegram channel or any other. Yes, हम बहुत सारे लोग हैं, connected तो रहेंगे till your exam, so don't worry, I will be there. So retirement, yes, beta. Now check what is retirement. So what a retirement means what? When you call it as retirement of your asset. Retirement means it is retired from the active use. You will call it as retirement. And when it is held for disposal. So but obvious, you are not going to record it at carrying amount because now you know that you are going to dispose this asset in future. So that is, and it is also not as used as your active use. So suppose now I have one bike, I'm not using it now. Means that asset is almost, I'm using only for, in 365 days, I'm using it only for 1 day or 2 days. That is also for servicing. Servicing के बाद भी वापस से वो बंदी हो जाती है. So that asset, now it is not giving me a proper service or proper riding जो facility थी, वो मुझे नहीं मिल रही है as compared to earlier. Okay, efficiency is also getting decreased. So that is called as retirement. When it is removed from the active use, you will call it as retirement of the asset. So items of PPE retired from the active use and held for disposal should be stated at lower of carrying amount, and net realizable value. Very, very important. At what value you are going to record it? At carrying amount? Or better, you are going to record it at net realizable value, whichever is lower. Okay. So carrying amount आपको समझ में आ गया होगा. Next one. Any written down value in this regard is recorded in the profit and loss account. So where you are going to record, for example, suppose your carrying amount of the asset is 100 and its net realizable value is 70 rupees. So 100 minus 70, 30 rupees, you are going to record it in the profit and loss account. And this is called as recording of retired asset. So beta, whenever it is retired from the active use, you will debit it to profit and loss account, and at what value you are going to record it, lower of carrying amount or net realizable value. Chalo, jaldi se comment section mein tell me fast what you understood. Retirement of the asset. Chalo, tell me it in the comment section. Fatafat. Who is answering fast? Yes, answer it. So, asset is recorded at which value? What is retirement? When it is retired from active use or if it is held for disposal. If it is held for disposal. Okay. Yes, Ankit Gupta has written it. So lower of carrying amount or NRV. Very good, beta. It is called as retirement. Take a screenshot. Fast. Take a screenshot. चलो जल्दी से स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए. Next one. Derecognition. Derecognition. Now, what is retirement and derecognition? Derecognition means you are not going to record it because you are selling it. So, derecognition. चलो बेटा आंसर्स किसने किसने दिए एक बार चेक कर लेता हूं. Yes, very good. From active use, active use, active use, active use. Disposal is different, beta. Beta Pooja ji, today I am taking a session. Good observation from Pune branch, not from home. So today थोड़ा सा शिफ्ट हो गया है लेफ्ट साइड से राइट साइड में या राइट साइड से लेफ्ट साइड में. यस, सो वी शिफ्टेड इट फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट. ओके. Okay. Disposal. Now, what is disposal? 1 minute, no, beta. Just watching your queries. Okay. So, disposal, then derecognition. Now, what is derecognition? Derecognition means you are not going to record it. So, when to derecognize? When you are going to sell your asset or scrap your asset or discard your asset, in that case, it is called as derecognition. So, carrying amount of PPE is derecognized when on disposal or when there will be no future economic benefit. So if you are not getting future economic benefit, you are not going to record that asset in your books of accounts. So on disposal or when there is no future economic benefit, you are going to discard or derecognize your asset. So on disposal, date of disposal is determined as per S9. What is accounting standard 9? That is your revenue recognition. That will be covered by second group faculty. So don't worry. On disposal, how to record that asset, profit or loss. But obviously, we record that profit or loss in the P&L account whenever you are selling your asset. Gain or loss, net proceeds minus carrying amount. If net proceeds is greater, it is profit. If net proceeds is less, you are in loss. Gross profit or loss, sorry, gain or loss, you will record it in the profit and loss account, except in case of sales in the ordinary activity and leaseback transaction. Again, I want to explain you leaseback transaction because leaseback transactions will be covered under accounting standard 19, that is accounting for leases. So that will be taken care by second group faculty. I'm not going to explain you that. So on disposal and when you are not getting any future economic benefits, so discard it, fake दीजिए ऐसे asset को आपके book में से. So that is called as derecognition. So there is a difference between derecognition and retirement. Retirement means it is no more active use. Okay, means might be if you sell it, you will get some amount. That is a retirement. And derecognition means now you don't have to show it in your books of accounts. That is called as derecognition. So got the difference between derecognition and retirement, beta? Yes, 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 yes. चलिए जल्दी से बताइए. Okay. So when to derecognize, beta? Please give it in the comment section. When to derecognize? You can take a screenshot. Retirement and derecognition. Derecognition. So if on disposal or when there is no future economic benefit, we are going to stop recording that asset in books of accounts. And whenever you are not recording in books of accounts, you are going to record its profit or loss. So whatever the disposal amount, that net proceeds you are getting, if it is greater than the carrying amount, you will record it as a profit. And if it is recorded as a loss, your carrying amount is less than your net, carrying amount is more than your net proceeds. This will be your loss. Okay. So let's move to next concept now. Illustration 16 is based on this one. Chalo. So come to illustration number 16 beta. Illu 16. Today I just started with group 2 A7. Okay. Wait. Question 16. Say. You finish your illustration number 16. Yes, you read this question and tell me the answer part. Illustration 16. चलिए आंसर देखें. Entity A decides carried plant and machinery at rupees 2 lakhs. These were destroyed in a fire. Oh, the assets were insured new or old and were replaced by insurance company with a new machine for rupees 20 lakhs. The machine were acquired by the insurance company and company did not receive 20 lakhs as cash compensation. Show how you are going to record it. What is the answer? Understand? In accordance with the S10, property, plant and equipment, NDDA should account for loss in the statement of profit and loss account on the recognition of the carrying amount value of plant and machinery. Entity A should separately recognize a receivable amount and gain in the income statement resulting from insurance proceeds. And this will be recorded as S29. This will be recorded as S29. Provision, contingent liability and contingent asset, it is to be recognized only when it is virtually certain. Now, S29 is not in my scope. That is also covered in the accounting standard group 2. And the receivable amount should be measured at fair value of the asset that will be provided by the insurer. Insurance company to the insured entity A. Okay. So you must record this asset at fair value. What is the entry? That new asset account debit 20 lakhs, to old asset 2 lakhs, to profit and loss account 18 lakhs. No cash. Okay, sir. We got this concept. Derecognition. Derecognition means we are not going to record. So this new asset account debit. New asset account debit. You can write the answer. 20 lakhs. To old assets. To old asset. 2 lakhs. To P&L. 18 lakhs. Okay. No compensation in cash. Write down this entry. Chale. Yes. Next one. But now, if depreciation, sorry, before depreciation, if existing decommissioning and liability, changes in existing decommissioning and liabilities, the cost of PPE changes due to changes in liability, price adjustments, changes in duties, and changes in dismantling, removing, and restoration. Changes in existing decommissioning, मतलब क्या? Changes in existing decommissioning and liabilities. Sir, it's very simple. Decommissioning means whatever amounts you are going to incur at the time of disposal. Any liability at that time. If that liability is changing, for example, you provided for losses for that decommissioning amount 2 lakhs, but at the same time, now you think this amount is not 2 lakhs, your removal cost will be 2,50,000 when you are going to discard that asset. जब asset तोड़ने का टाइम आएगा, मैंने आपको उस दिन ही बताया था, डीकमिशनिंग चार्जेस आपको शुरुआत में रिकॉर्ड करने पड़ेंगे, डीकमिशनिंग एक्सपेंसेस आपको शुरुआत में रिकॉर्ड करने पड़ेंगे, एंड दैट डीकमिशनिंग चार्जेस इन लाइबिलिटीज, what you are going to do? Yes, you will record it as S29. Liability component, if increases, it is add in asset, and decreases, deduct from asset. So entry is very easy. My asset liability, future liability is increasing. One effect is asset account debit to provision for that liability. If that liability is reducing, provision account debit to asset account. Logic is very simple. Suppose I estimated 2 lakhs rupees provision. चलो जल्दी से ध्यान दीजिए. If I estimate how much? Yes, beta. I am estimating 2 lakhs की provision. In past, I estimated 2 lakhs provision, and now I think there is increase in liability 2,20,000. So beta entry will be provision account को credit करेंगे 20,000 से, and asset account is debited by 20,000. You got this concept? And if I think my provision is 1,70,000, then asset is credited and that provision amount is debited. Logic is very simple, that increasing liability and decreasing liability. So till now, any confusion, beta? So we have finished with part 1 of this accounting standard. In 30 minutes, we completed part 1 of this accounting standard, and in next 30 minutes, we are going to finish with remaining part, that is a depreciation part. So here we have finished with first part. So beta, introduction we have completed, meaning we have completed, principal issues completed, scope completed, recognition. I will show you in study material, so that will be easy for you. Yes. S10, I will show you from the study material. You can check your answers. S10, beta, very important in real life. Government grant, we have finished with S11, completed. I know accounting standards are very difficult part for students, but beta, if you watch my sessions again, accounting standard 2, I'm going to give it in the recording. So I started that recording. I will give it up to Sunday. Sunday तक आपके पास आ जाएगा that recording. That we lost some part in the one session due to technical problem. Okay. So just want to show you some amounts. Yes, any difficult part while reading this accounting standard that you found it's difficult? Anyone who read this accounting standard? See, in Pune branch, normally I tell students to read accounting standard from the study material, but many students, they are not taking it very seriously. It's, if you are not studying 100%, why you think that ICAI will give you good marks? Don't expect 70 plus marks if you are not doing hard work. Okay. How many of you, please tell me seriously, how many of you have completed accounting standard 10 from the study material? Yes, tell me. Genuinely tell me. एसेट का मतलब क्या बेटा? मुक्ता, अभी ध्यान में आया बेटा आपको? एसेट का मतलब क्या होता है? डीकमीशनिंग मतलब तोड़ने का खर्चा. डीकमीशनिंग मतलब एसेट जब रिमूव करोगे तब का खर्चा. तो तब का खर्चा जब एसेट, बेटा मैंने फर्नीचर करके रखा, एक मेरे दुकान है उसमें मैंने फर्नीचर रखा है, मैंने दुकान छोड़ा तो एसेट भी निकालना पड़ेगा, और मुझे एसेट निकालने का जो खर्चा होता है वो डीकमीशनिंग लायबिलिटी है. तोड़ने का खर्चा, डिसमेंटलिंग एक्सपेंडिचर. यस बेटा, टुडे इज माय लास्ट क्लास बेटा. सुशील जी, लास्ट सेशन में आप नहीं थे. मैं आई एम आस्किंग यू वन क्वेश्चन अगेन एंड अगेन. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू कंप्लीटेड दिस? कंप्लीटेड सर, ओनली वन स्टूडेंट, मतांजलि जी यही बोल रही है आई कंप्लीटेड. प्रभास जी बोल रहे हैं from study material beta. I never tell you to read it from the pronouncement because pronouncement are very technical things, and if you understand pronouncement better, yes, बहुत बढ़िया, but always try to first read study material. See scope of this accounting standard. We have finished with this exception. We finished with this S10 not applicable to biological assets is applicable. Other than biological assets, that bearer plants, S10 is not applicable. Definition is there. Definition we already covered. Biological assets also, that is living animal and all. Recognition, I already told you that future economic benefit will flow to the enterprise and cost can be measured reliably. There are two conditions. You already read this. Initially, we record it at cost. Subsequently means either to add it or replace it or servicing it. We have solved that cost to day-to-day servicing. Replacement part is the second part, and regular major inspection. I have taken it very nicely. Each and every concept. According to me, I have not used a single shortcut. But students are not taking it seriously. You are getting it on YouTube, free of cost. I will suggest you, यार मेरे टाइम पे इतना नहीं था. At my time, we had only one option. Free classes तो थे भी नहीं. Board of Studies are taking this initiative only for your benefits. You can watch these sessions again and again and see in any faculty all over India. I'm giving you assurance. They are giving their best, but if you are not following or if you are not studying it properly, you are not going to get good marks. Ultimately, you have to study it from the study material. Use only understanding के लिए. Understanding is important from any faculty. And after that, you have to do your hard work. Once you got the concept, investment account, I got the concept, sir. आज 1 घंटे में पूरा रिवाइज करेंगे सभी टॉपिक्स लाइन बाय लाइन, maximum revision today. So in last 45 minutes, I'm going to take it from scratch to end. I will try my best. I'm not giving you any assurance that I will cover that session, but that will be a revision session. It's only for your benefit. Last 45 minutes. Today is the last day, as you are aware of that. Sir, please give feedbacks. Feedbacks are very important. Today itself, are you finding this faculty? For every faculty, I will suggest you to give feedbacks. Your feedbacks will be important for next batches. Suppose if you have any faculty problem, please write it. Even for me, I will not tell you कि मेरे बारे में अच्छा अच्छा लिखो. नहीं. If you are finding any problem in me, you can write it in the feedback form. Second one, my dream is to increase these classes all over India, virtual batches, and maximum students will take a benefit from this and they will score 70 plus marks. It's my dream, beta. Now how to fulfill it? It's in your hand. If you are giving me a best result, beta, for best result, you have to do not only study material questions, also past examination questions, RTP, mock test papers. Here we are getting only 40 days to finish the syllabus. This time also I got some extra days. But only study material is sufficient, sir. Sir, in this exam, I say I asked from past some exams, beta. Concept, I taught it. But beta, you have to see some extra questions also. From where? You will get it from the scanner. Sir, are you going to take it in the class? Beta, it's not possible in 40 days. But for that, yes, I will assure you that I will take some revision sessions. You will get it from Pune branch if you want. Sir, should I purchase Pune branch lectures? Sir, if you think you need some extra practice and if you are aware about Hindi, so beta, no problem in that. Why to waste 13,000 and 15,000? We are providing it at maximum 2,000 rupees because that is our infrastructure cost. That is at least I will cover from you. I won't earn profit from that, but at least that is only for your benefit. So please take that benefit. Okay. Because you will find it's very interesting. Step by step concepts are there, not only for accounts, for other subjects which I pick. Sir, if I write some questions on your mail ID or if I will ask you on Telegram channel, see beta, my schedule is really very tight. I take classes in the morning. In afternoon, I have my practice. At least for 6 to 8 hours, I'm doing my practice. And after that, again classes and then again classes. So almost for 6 hours, 8 hours is my classes time. And 4 to 5 hours is my 6 hours, my practice time. So 14 hours in a day, morning 7 to 9, I'm working very hard for this profession. Sir, really I'm telling you, today also, I sleep only for 5 to 6 hours. Yes, taking exercise also, not much exercise, but yes, 45 to 50 minutes I used to yoga beta, or I'm taking some, yes, physical activity in gym. Or morning mein itna jaldi gym nahi hota, but my yoga teacher, she comes normally at 5:30 in the morning. So it's not, do some physical exercise, for your mental stress. It will relieve your mental stress. Very, very important. Again, plan your study daily. Daily, sir, 3 to 4 subjects. Change subjects after every 40 minutes, 1.5 hour. Sir, those who are direct entry students go for only one group. If you are intelligent, and you are capable to handle pressure, like Dhoni. Okay, so Dhoni ने जितना pressure handle किया है is very important. If you can handle that pressure, then go for 2 groups. You know your strength, because I know it's not only 8 subjects that you have to manage, it's almost 12 subjects you are managing. And each subject takes minimum 90 days. Minimum 90 days. And we have only 8 months in our hand, because 1 month is for your revision purpose. So mentally you have to be very strong if you are giving both groups. Otherwise, I will suggest you to go for one group. So many students, they have normal query. If you have office, you have to handle your office also. Please go for one group. Sir, while revision, I'm not able to recollect all these points. It's a general question of students. Before starting this depreciation part, yes, 15 minutes, we'll discuss some points. Okay, आपके queries जो होंगे, you can ask me in English, in Hindi, I will answer it, don't worry. Sir, it might happen that if you are sitting on the one place, because when I was a student, everyone has that phase. Everyone has that phase. Okay, when you are a student, it's very difficult to sit for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, or 4 hours on one place. That is only the reason. Take small steps. Whenever I'm running in the gym, I know my physical strength. Okay. So when I used to start after a long break, for example, after 6 months, if I again josh aa jata hai, chalo, from today I will start my gym. And in that case, what happened? I'm not able to run on that treadmill. It's very difficult for me. So after बेटा अभी 40s में आ रहा हूँ, तो अभी 40s के बाद physical strength कम होती जा रही है. And that is only the reason when I am used to, जब मैं walk करता हूँ तो पहले walking से शुरू करता हूँ, then I take running 2 to 3 minutes, then 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So 20 minutes, then एक दिन में नहीं आता हूँ. You have to take small steps for achieving your targets. So after every 1.5, hour, you have to change your subject. This is the best strategy. So how much pages I should read one day? Only 5 pages. First, small targets. So 4 subjects a day? Yes, sir. 4 subjects a day while revising. Sir, how to see? So first see some videos. And really, all faculties are good. All faculties. In batch number 5, I have seen now I say selected. Only selected faculties are there. Not all faculties, like batch number 1. There are only faculties which normally get connected with the students and they take from the study material. Those faculties are now with ICI. Correct? Hai? So it's very difficult for you. Might be possible. Mentally pressure, sir, after 3 hours I'm getting bored. I'm not understanding what is given in the module. Better please make down some notes. Try to understand concepts. Try to understand it in the tree diagram. Okay. Try to watch some sessions of our faculties. And I'm telling you, Delhi-based lectures are really very good lectures, because in 40 sessions, I have completed accounts. At least concept clarity, sir. Concept clarity, I have given my best to give you 100% to understand the concept. Again, watch it. No worries. Suppose that's why I prepare my sessions of Pune branch, not directly of 2.5 hours. I have taken only 20 minutes to 25 minutes ka one session. After every 20 minutes, yes, one video is of 20 minutes. Second video is 25 minutes. It's not a standard time like Delhi branch, 2.5 hours. Might be students are not sitting on one place. So every concept, a small video. That will help you to score good marks. Okay. Sir, while solving costing and taxation, we understand after watching the answer, after taking help of the answer, but we can't able to solve within a minute, or we are not getting directly the answer. Better, it's a normal problem. When you are learning bicycle, on very first day, are you able? No, sir. First, your father or your elder sister, brother, they help you. And then you learn cycle. गिरे, बार बार गिरे, घुटने फोड़ लिए, हाथ फोड़ लिए, कभी कभी सिर भी हो गया रहेगा, और फिर साइकिल सीखे सर, एक दिन में सीखे. So how can you expect that India's best exam you can crack within a minute? No sir. घाम निकालना पड़ेगा, पसीना निकालना पड़ेगा, बहुत पसीना निकालना पड़ेगा. ऐसे ही सक्सेस नहीं मिलेगा. और देखो, दिस इज नॉट मोटिवेशन आई एम गिविंग यू. मोटिवेशन से कुछ नहीं होता है. मोटिवेशन जो है ना, वो सिर्फ आज के लिए, कल आप नॉर्मल रूटीन पे आ जाओगे. जब सुबह उठता हूं ना, पहले खुद से आवाज आती है, बहुत थका रहता हूं, नहीं आज मेरे योगा टीचर आने वाला है, जाना ही पड़ेगा. अंदर से आवाज आनी चाहिए. और जब तक अंदर से आवाज नहीं आएगी, कुछ नहीं होएगा. 4-4, 5-5 अटेम्प्ट वेस्ट जाने वाले, इतना समझ लो. अंदर से आवाज तो बहुत आती है सर, पर इच्छा ही नहीं होती. इच्छा, डायरेक्शन इज इंपॉर्टेंट, एक्शन इज इंपॉर्टेंट. ओनली डायरेक्शन इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. मैंने तो बहुत रास्ता दिखा है, बट अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू टेक सम एक्शंस ऑन दैट. सर 5 पेजेस डेली टारगेट, 5 पेजेस. आई एम नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग मोर देन दैट. 5 pages, your total syllabus, you can finish it within 60 days. 5 pages, how much time it takes? Better 2 hours. And whenever you are reading it, please make down some notes. Please underline it and have some notes. And next time, don't read full theory. Next time, you should have confidence on yourself that notes will help you out. Okay. But study material होने के बाद, now there is no need to read it again. Now try to focus on only question parts, sir. I know what is accounting standard 10 talks about. What are conditions? Sir, you already taught that probable future economic benefit is there and cost can be measured reliably. Now there is no more things in this accounting standard 10. It talks about how to record at cost and what is to be not recorded in cost. What is direct purchase price? What is directly attributable expenses? What is decommissioning? Now I already know all this concept. What is revaluation model? Increase होगा तो revaluation surplus, decrease होएगा तो P&L account. I already aware about this concept, sir. So now what is the second step? Revisions. And while revision, should I read again and again? No, sir. I will read only those part which is crucial, those which I have noted down. बस उतना भी sufficient है, उतना ही read कीजिए. Please try to understand CS student study. Don't do donkey work. कुछ बच्चे पूरा का पूरा स्टडी मटेरियल लिखते हैं. अरे why? You have to write only points. You can underline it, save your time. Try to take only that word which is important one. In EISSM, in auditing, only pick that words which are important one. You can write in your own language better. Only understandable language. That is more important. But you don't want to work hard. I already told you, you have to sacrifice for all your functions, all your families, members, all your enjoyments. Only study is my next 4 to 5 months criteria. Only study. Arjuna, that आंख दिखनी चाहिए. Only आजू बाजू का कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा है. It's very important in your life now. Only these 5 to 6 months you work hard and you will have a best life in your future. Today, I'm earning a good income. I'm happy with my income. हाँ ठीक है, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, बहुत कम नहीं है, but I'm enjoying my income. At least मेरे बीवी बच्चों को एक respectable life दे रहा हूँ. सोसाइटी में also I'm getting respect. He is a chartered accountant. And that respect is very important. If you leave it between after some years, it is of no use. sir, 1 to 2 failures are okay, sir, in your life. It's okay. But you must know how to stand from the failure. How you can wake up from that failure is very, very important. Okay. So still you have any question while doing any homework or जो भी आपको लगता है? Yes, you can tell me, beta. We should have break between two subjects, beta, 10 minutes. When you were students, okay, Pooja, sir, is there any book for practicing extra questions for costing and taxation? No one else is required to guide like you. Okay. Please say in English, sir. Okay, beta. Sivaprada. Tanya ji, I wake up in the morning at 5 EIS after lecture till lunch, account costing 2 to 4, income tax 4 to 6, law after dinner till 10. Very good, beta. Tanya, good. Please speak in English. Okay, beta. Today आवाज लो है. Yes, आवाज लो नहीं है because in next to my class there are some sessions which are going on, and if I speak loudly they will get disturbed. That's why my energy level is down today. It's not like that I am today down, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. और थोड़ा सा लास्ट डे का बिछड़ने का भी थोड़ा सा बुरा तो लगेगा ना बेटा. आफ्टर 1-2 months आई एम गोइंग टू मिस यू नाउ. तो वो भी थोड़ा सा है ना कि नाउ देयर इज अ कनेक्शन, तो थोड़ा तो बुरा लगेगा ही. Okay, so sir, break after 2 sessions means after subject 15 minutes break, and in afternoon you can take a sleep beta. If you think कि नहीं मुझे 2 घंटा सोना है तो सो जाइए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. If you are working hard, and second one you can, if you just want to show the direction, सिर्फ अर्जुना जैसा होगा या just कृष्णा जैसा कि मैंने डायरेक्शन बताया, and you will take a decision. Okay, so Delhi classes are best. But suppose if you think, nahi sir, each and every question I want to understand in detail, I want index, I want to do practice, then Pune branch. Okay, so you have 2 options. Now you have to decide. But please take decisions very fast. Okay. Second important point, which books I will prefer to use. Yes, I will suggest to students to use it. First one, only scanner. Apart from your study material, RTP, MTP, only scanner. Nothing else. And in that also Sucheta Prakashan Green Edition. Green Edition hardly costing you rupees 300. I don't know exactly the cost. Yes, I will ask my office boy how much is this costing. Today only I bought it because I am going to take revisions from Friday. कितने का बुक आया? अकाउंट्स कॉस्टिंग का बुक कितने का आया? स्कैनर. अच्छा, बोथ बुक्स कॉस्टिंग 645 समथिंग आफ्टर टेकिंग डिस्काउंट और नो डिस्काउंट. Okay, so there is a discount of might be 5% to 10% they will give you, and that 10% discount, okay यार 60 रुपया बचा के क्या होगा. 645 का स्कैनर का प्राइस है. ग्रीन एडिशन ना, आपने कौन सा लाया? ग्रीन एडिशन लाया या मतलब दिखाइए एक सेकंड. आई विल शो यू दैट बुक. अच्छा, ओके, ही बॉट ग्रीन एडिशन ओनली. आई विल शो यू ग्रीन एडिशन. यस, बताइए जल्दी से. ओके ओके, सो दिस इज अ कॉस्टिंग बुक, सुचेता प्रकाशन. यू कैन सी. बेटा उधर लेके जाइए, थोड़ा सा बता दीजिए सबको कैमरा के सामने. हाँ जी, नहीं दिख रहा है, थोड़ा एक हाथ से मत बताइए. हाँ, सो यू कैन सी हियर दैट स्कैनर. ओके, ठीक है ना, ये दिखा दीजिए, ध्यान में आ जाएगा सबको. हाँ, यस, ओके. So this is a scanner, green edition. You can order it online also. You will get it on Amazon, or I don't know exactly where you will get it. हाँ, but it will cost hardly 300 per book होगा ना भाई साहब. 300 सवा 300 कितना है एक बुक का? Almost 300 rupees per book. Only that book is sufficient. Okay. This is all past examination questions they have covered and try to solve all questions from the scanner. Okay. Any other questions apart from this? If you have, today is interactive day. आप टेलीग्राम चैनल पे थोड़ा थोड़ा डांट देना कभी कभी. ओके, डांट दूंगा बेटा. ओनली सर कॉन्सेप्ट तो क्लियर हो गए बट क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में प्रॉब्लम होती है. नो, यस बेटा, दैट यू आर गोइंग टू फेस इट. Solve same question for 4 to 5 times, and when I will take revision, you will find it easy. Riya Jaiswal ji, आप group पे join हो ही, so don't worry, you will enjoy. As per your guidance, I am preparing for the both groups, and except advanced accounts, I am doing all subjects right now, and now I will completely stick to your guidance. Very good, beta. Ritika, Mukta is asking, sir, please share your CA journey with us. Okay, I get Flipkart only, sir. Cost 560. Yes, Tirumala College is telling me 290 for costing and 350 for accounts. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Deep from my sir. Should I continue with regular college or should I become from? Yes, beta. No, beta. The way Yagnesh ji, please. College is secondary. You great, sir. Really, you are great. Thank you, beta. Sushil ji. Okay. Still, if you have any question, you can ask me. Sir, पुणे ब्रांच के ड्राइव क्लासेस कितने बार देख सकते हैं? 1.5 time, बेटा. Chandwani ji, it is 1.5 time you can see. Sir, I purchase account on FM also. Yes, Mehman Rafiq bhai, don't worry, you will get it, and you will get my latest sessions. So FM just I had started my recording, so you will get my latest sessions. So don't worry. Sir, we face problem while solving the question first time. Archu Gupta ji, that is only the reason. I have provided my lectures in such a way that I have cracked all index का points also. मैंने आपको पूरे के पूरे index भी दिए हुए, and you will find it easy beta for costing and direct tax. So direct tax I'm not taking, but yes, for costing I know what normally when I was a student I found problem in costing only and direct taxes, because what happened, law is very easy to understand and case laws you can crack it. It's not very difficult if you know the provision. But what you found the problem normally in costing and taxation, students, they are getting stuck at some point, and that's why index will help you out. Same technique you follow in other subjects, na beta. That index technique will really help you out. That past examination questions also when you are solving, mark red pen important adjustments. These are very important tips for solving any questions. Okay. ठीक है. ओके बेटा मुक्ता, आई विल ट्राई माय बेस्ट. प्लीज गिव फीडबैक्स ना. आपको मेरे सेशंस चाहिए तो प्लीज गिव फीडबैक. यू विल गेट इट, नो प्रॉब्लम. फीडबैक्स सुनते हैं बेटा सब लोग, तो आप फीडबैक्स दीजिए एनी फैकल्टी के बारे में, तो इन फ्यूचर ऑल्सो आई सी ऑल्सो विल थिंक ऑन दिस मैटर्स ना बेटा. ओके चलो, सो depreciation complete कर लेते हैं 15-20 मिनट में, and then after the break I will try my best to give you full revision of all topics. Yes, if you have any query, from Friday we are going to start live revision on Zoom, तो आप उसको भी attend कर सकते हो, no problem. So you can attend that Zoom sessions, but yes, these sessions are in Hindi plus English. So Hindi, English language में होगा. So make sure better. Today I am very low, I already told you, because in my next class there are some sessions which are going for GMCS and orientation program, so I can't increase my volume today. I'm not at home, घर पे मैं बहुत चिल्लाता हूँ, but today I can't shout बेटा. Okay, sir. CA journey with, yes, Sanket sir की CA journey. But I started, I actually don't want to enter. I didn't want to enter in this CA course. Yes, in short, I will tell my CA journey. Mukta ji, only for you. So when I started my CA career after 12th exam, in 10th, yes, I was very intelligent at that time in 10th standard. And my father, he was an IIT engineer. So I thought I will go for engineering course only. But he convinced me to take commerce and do CA. In 10th standard, बेटा आप बहुत छोटे होते हो, you are not aware कि CA course क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता है. But he told me that CA he's doing some black magic, means not black magic, black money into white money. Okay, so that is only a black magic. तो उन्होंने मुझे ऐसा बताया था कि आप CA कर लेना संकेत. तो उन्होंने जैसे ही मुझे ये चीज बताया, I was very, all my friends they went in the engineering or science stream, and there are hardly 5 to 6 students, and they got very less marks, and I got good marks in 10th standard, and I joined CA course. So I was very nervous कि यार क्या है. 11th 12th में I had given up कि I don't want to do the commerce course. My friends are in science, और ये देखो सब क्या बोलते commerce में आया, क्या इसको अक्ल नहीं है क्या, क्यों commerce में आया. So 11th 12th standard I enjoyed. I got very less marks in 12th standard. So just enjoyed. Foundation, when I joined, some students, some my friends, especially लड़कियां, वो बोली ये कैसे ये होगा, 12th में तो इतनी मस्ती की है. तो वो एक हर्ट हो गया था, इधर लगा था कि यार अपने को ऐसी इज्जत मिल रही. 10th में जो बच्चा ऑलमोस्ट 10 के अंदर रहता था, 12th में ही गॉट, मतलब इतने कम मार्क्स मिले, और उसमें भी आपने सीए जर्नी ज्वाइन की. I had given my best in foundation. I completed my foundation in the first attempt, and at that time there was written exam, beta. There were no MCQs at my time. So 4 papers similar to same pattern जो अब भी continue हुआ है. Only English was not there. Other than that, we had that organization and management subject. So I cleared that 4 subjects. एकदम ऐसा लगा CA बन गया. Foundation I cleared in the first attempt. Then beta second, when I started my inter journey, and I had taken it very lightly, very lightly. If foundation pass हो गया तो inter तो first में ही निकलेगा ऐसा. So when I started my inter journey, in first attempt I had given only one group, and I got clear with exemption in accounts. At that time, accounts and advanced accounts, 2 subjects together with 100 marks. Total 26 papers were 26 topics were there. 26 topics. So what I read, that only came in exam, and I got cleared by exemption in first attempt. But I flunked it law because I was from vernacular medium, so it's very difficult for me to grasp law subject. And I flunked. I got only 32 marks in law, and in auditing I scored 45 to 46 marks, and only one group I had given. After that, I started second group. In second group, we had tax, costing, and that IT subject, 3 subjects. Okay. So there were 3 subjects at that time, and I cleared second group, but I again flunked in law in second group also. Then I cleared in third attempt that law, only 2 subjects left, and I cleared with law and auditing paper in third attempt. And in CA final, so I was not very intelligent, or I was very hard worker. जब तक मुझे कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं समझता था ना, मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ता था. तो ये सबसे मेरी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होती थी कि मैंने कभी रट्टा नहीं मारा. रट्टा वाले सब्जेक्ट्स मुझे कभी समझे ही नहीं. So that was the only problem with me. I couldn't remember all provisions, or I couldn't by heart all these provisions. I want everything logically. जब तक लॉजिक क्लियर नहीं होगा मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ता था. Everything logically. And that's why I had taken some of my friends, they just, by heart all provisions and all this, but it was very difficult for me. And in CA final, I had given 2 groups, and I cleared it in first attempt only. So it was very easy for me for CA final. But yes, only one group means exemption I got, and in second इसमें मेरा हो गया था पूरा का पूरा. तो उसमें मुझे ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगा in second CA final course. But yes, foundation was very difficult. इंटर में मेरा लॉ के वजह से बहुत जर्नी अटक गया था. It's okay, but I cleared at the age of 22.5 years at that time. So मेरा CA clear भी हो गया था almost, क्योंकि मेरा 1 साल ड्यू टू दैट मीडियम 1 साल में छोटा ही था, तो मुझे इतना टाइम नहीं लगा CA कंप्लीट करने में. तो ये मेरा एक CA का जर्नी था. सो बहुत इजीली भी नहीं हुआ, बहुत डिफिकल्ट भी नहीं था, बट इन सीए फाइनल आई स्टडीड अ लॉट. मीन्स यू विल नेवर एक्सपेक्ट कि सर इतना पढ़ाई करेंगे. नो, नो वन. मीन्स मम्मी मेरी है ना चाय भी लाके देती थी तो भी वो ठंडी हो जाती थी 2-2 3-3 बार, तो मैं एक जगह पे ही बैठा रहता था. इतना स्टडी सीए फाइनल में किया था. सो दैट वाज माय जर्नी. यस बेटा मुक्ता जी. सो फेल्यूअर्स विल बी देयर बट डोंट गेट नर्वस. फेल्यूअर सबके लाइफ में होते हैं. ओके चलिए. लॉजिकल वजह से मेरा ज्यादा टाइम जाता था. मेरा जब मैक्सिमम टाइम जो था दैट लॉजिकल लर्निंग was only, no shortcuts. Always I try to find out some shortcuts, beta. How I can remember this EOQ formula. If you ask me any formula, na, so even in accountancy also, I used to prepare all accounts in T format. I never used to that technique of add and less. I never liked it. Okay, I always prefer that debit credit technique. Expense to prepared by people. That was my कॉलेज लेवल का जो था ना, तब का ही मेरा दैट जीजा जी थे मेरे, उन्होंने मेरा बेसिक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग किया था इन फर्स्ट ईयर एंड सेकंड ईयर. ही इज ऑल्सो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, पर उन्होंने मेरा बेसिक्स बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग किया था कि वो मुझे बताते थे. मैं उनके ऑफिस में जाके बैठता था तो वो मुझे बताते थे कि संकेत ऐसा सोच, दिस इज पेएबल एंट्री, दिस इज रिसीवेबल एंट्री, एंड दैट टेक्निक आई यूज्ड इन माय टीचिंग प्रोफेशन. ओके, सो हमारी फैकल्टी तो एड लेस बताती थी, ये ऐड करो ये लेस करो, बट आई एम नेवर used to that technique. And today also, I'm telling you, I always go by that debit credit pro forma. I never use add less pro forma. Very dangerous. Okay. With graduation. Articleship Mukta was great experience, beta. Articleship में पहले 6 महीने बैंक ऑडिट्स किए, एंड ड्यू टू बैंक ऑडिट्स मुझे बहुत सारा एक्सपीरियंस आया. आफ्टर दैट टैक्स रिटर्न्स. एट दैट टाइम देयर वाज वैट, नॉट जीएसटी. सो वैट का एक्सपीरियंस भी अच्छा था, मतलब बहुत अच्छा नहीं था वैट का, बट रिटर्न्स तो बहुत फाइल किए. एंड आर्टिकलशिप 3 इयर्स का होता था, तो बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था मेरा. और मैंने 2-3 जगह पे ऑलरेडी काम किया था इन 12th स्टैंडर्ड. फ्रॉम 12th स्टैंडर्ड आई स्टार्टेड माई सीए के पास मैं काम करता था. आई वर्क विथ सम सीए, 2 to 3 सीएस के साथ मैंने काम किया था, मतलब उनके अंडर. सो दैट वाज अ बेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस इन माय लाइफ, एंड दैट इज ओनली दैट एक्सपीरियंस टुडे ऑल्सो इट काउंट्स. ओके, सो आर्टिकलशिप इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ग्रेजुएशन कौन सी है सर आपने? ग्रेजुएशन फ्रॉम बेटा महाराष्ट्र, यस, यूनिवर्सिटी. दैट इज नॉट महाराष्ट्र यूनिवर्सिटी, इतना ये नहीं था. पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी, नॉट महाराष्ट्र, सावित्रीबाई फुले का, तो पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी का था. यस, चलो. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट नाउ. कैन वी गिव अ ब्रेक ऑफ? नहीं तो चलो, डेप्रिसिएशन विल फिनिश एंड देन आई विल गिव अ ब्रेक. ओके, चलो डेप्रिसिएशन पार्ट. Depreciation, yes, hardly 10 minutes का सेशन है. Please understand, there are 2 methods of depreciation. One is straight line method and WDV method. But apart from that, you have one more method, that is sum of years of digit method. Sum of years of digit method. Okay. So depreciation amount is nothing but it is systematic allocation. मतलब depreciation तो यार किसी को भी आता है. It's very simple. What is depreciation? It's always on cost minus residual value. And what is systematic basis? Method of depreciation. And what is useful life? It is a period. So it's very simple. That is a depreciable amount, cost minus salvage value. Systematic basis, method of depreciation, and useful life is a period. You will transfer it to profit and loss account, or you will including in the carrying amount of other assets. So depreciation amount, either you will transfer it, or suppose inventory, you will add that depreciation. Okay, or for other assets you are going to add it. So that second part is you add it in the asset. That is a different part. Illustration number 11. Residual value and useful life should be reviewed at each financial year end. Change is equal to change in accounting estimate. So beta, now it is very important. Previously, if you change the policy from straight line to WDV, it is called a change in the policy. But now it is not change in policy, it is change in estimates. It is change in estimates. Okay. Depreciation component account. Component accounting means, yes, last lecture I explained you that AC part is different and compressor part is different. Okay, AC and compressor, you can separate it. Component accounting is a part accounting of the significant cost. That compressor is a significant cost and should be depreciated separately. Okay, so should be depreciated separately. Next one. May have useful life and depreciation method, same as another significant part. Okay, so component accounting, yes, there are methods: straight line method, diminishing method, units of production, and revenue based method. Revenue based method, so there are 4 methods which is given in this accounting standard 10. Straight line method and WDV method, you are aware of that. And units of production means how many units you are producing. Based on that, you are going to provide depreciation, and how much earnings from that asset, on that ratio you will divide it. So revenue based is inappropriate. So useful consumption is important. So no one is using revenue based depreciation. Units based depreciation, you can use it. Depreciation. So you, in real life, there are only 3 methods: straight line, WDV, and if you want, production units method. Commencement of depreciation, when you will start, when asset is available to use, not put to use. Put to use, we never use depreciation. This already you studied in the foundation level. Okay, so illustration number are some there. And when you cease, when you cease, method 1, when asset residual value is greater than carrying amount. So your residual value is greater than carrying amount. In that case, you are going to stop. And what is method number 2? Earlier update, when asset is retired from the active use or asset is de-recognized, you will stop depreciation. You will stop depreciation. No cessation when asset is idle or retired from an active use. So unless fully depreciation, however, usage is 0 if there is no production. So this is important chart when you are going to cease your depreciation. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Today we are going to revise all topics. This is very easy, sir. Disclosure, each class other for each class. So disclosure part you can read from your study material. It's very simple, beta. Encouraged for component accounting. So this is all for accounting standard 10. For depreciation, you can use straight line method, or you can use WDV method or production units method. It's not at all difficult. So friends, here we have finished with all accounting standards. S2, I'm going to provide you recorded session for that remaining part. If some part is still missing, you can ask me questions on Telegram channel, or otherwise you can ask me it on the even you can ask me it on my Instagram. आपको Instagram पे भी बहुत बच्चे मुझे पूछते questions, but don't think that I will answer each and every student's question. Please don't feel bad if I'm not giving you any response, because it's very difficult to answer all over India के questions. So it's better that you please enter that question in on our Telegram channel. You know already batch 5 with Sanket sir. We have that Telegram channel. तो आप उसमें join हो सकते हो. You can ask questions to other students, will help you out, और उस पे आपको पूरा का पूरा knowledge मिल भी जाएगा. And I'm going to start our revisions very shortly from Friday itself. So you can join that Friday revision batches. No problem in that. We are going to solve some scanner questions in that. So students, if you have any query related to accounting standard 10, you can ask me now. Depreciation questions are really very easy. You can solve it by your own. I have taken all the concepts in detail. So don't worry. I tried my best to complete all accounting standards. As though many students are finding AS are very boring part, but yes, I made it very simple. According to me, it is very simple. You please solve all CA final questions also in revision batch or on Telegram. I'm going to in notes. हमने अपलोड कर दिया है ना सीए फाइनल के भी क्वेश्चंस जो थे. यस, यू कैन आंसर दोज क्वेश्चंस. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेरी रिलेटेड टू दोज क्वेश्चंस, यू कैन आस्क मी ऑन टेलीग्राम चैनल. तो आपके लिए मैं अभी यहाँ पे रुकता हूँ. वी विल टेक अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक And after break, we are going to revise all concepts for 40 minutes. Today, I will leave you after revision. Okay. So please revisions के लिए ready रहना. After break, we will take it from the first day to last day. First day to last day, only except accounting standards and cash flow statement, branch accounting. I will try my best to provide information regarding that topics also. So one by one, हम लोग पूरे topics की revision करेंगे. And this 40 minutes revision will help you out in your एग्जाम ऑल्सो. ओके, सो ये 40 मिनट्स की रिविजन प्लीज इसको संभाल के रखना. इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू कैन record this 40 minutes revision, or otherwise you can watch this session once again. That 40 to 45 minutes revision, we'll take it after break. If you have any query till now, you can ask me. Please solve all these questions, and if you find it difficult, you can ask me beta. Okay, chalo, we will take a break. रामजी 7:30 तक का ब्रेक रहने दीजिए. ओके, हाँ जी, यस. Today's topic, revisions, fast. Accounting for bonus and right issue. We will start from scratch. So accounting for bonus and right issue. Remember first day. So before starting this accounting, yes, first I will tell you some basic rules of accounting. Basic rules of accounting is real, personal, nominal. That is the traditional approach. Personal account, debit the debtor, credit the creditor. Debtor कब आते हैं? जब आप sales करते हो, when you are doing sales, debtors will exit and creditors, you will record it at the time of purchases or any expenses that you incur. And debtors, when you are sales, when you are doing any sales or when there is an income, debtor will arise. Remember, my friends, debtor becomes giver, the debtor becomes giver and creditor becomes receiver. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. राम भाई आपने स्टार्ट किया है क्या रिवीजन? आई डोंट थिंक सो, क्योंकि अभी भी मेरे सामने विल बी बैक. ओके 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 ओके, ठीक है. सो दीज आर ट्रेडिशनल अप्रोचेस. इन मॉडर्न अप्रोच asset shows debit balance, liability shows credit balance, expenses shows debit balance, and income shows credit balance. Capital is also showing credit balance. So friends, if you remember basic rules of accounts, एक मिनट मैं आपके queries open कर लेता हूं. Okay. So friends, real, personal, nominal and traditional approach से and modern approach से आपने देखा था asset, liability, income, expenditure and capital. So let's start with the first chapter of revision, accounting for bonus issue and right issue. Bonus are of two types. One, when you partly paid bonus shares are issued and fully paid bonus shares are issued. In case of fully paid bonus shares, you remember that entry, you can utilize four sources or four reserves and surplus while issuing bonus shares. First one is capital redemption reserve. Second one is security premium. Third one is general reserve. And fourth one is P&L account. So entries are CRR account debit, security premium account debit, general reserve account debit, P&L account debit, to bonus to equity shareholders, and second entry will be bonus to equity shareholders account debit to equity share capital. If shares are partly paid, in that case there are three entries. First entry, final call account debit to equity share capital. Second entry, general reserve account debit and P&L account debit to bonus to equity shareholders, and last entry will be bonus to equity shareholders account debit to final call. In case of bonus shares, in exam you may be asked to prepare balance sheet pro forma. Balance sheet pro forma is in the vertical format as per part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is a balance sheet, part 2 is profit and loss account. In balance sheet you have first equity and liabilities, then you have shareholders fund. In that you have share capital, reserves and surplus. Non-current liability is the second one. In that you have long-term borrowings, deferred tax liability, other long-term liabilities, and long-term provisions. Current liability, you have four items: short-term borrowings, trade payable, other current liability, and short-term provisions. In asset side, you have non-current assets. In that you have property, plant and equipment, intangible assets, capital WIP, intangible assets under development. After that, you have non-current investment, long-term loans and advances, and deferred tax asset, other non-current assets. Current assets, CIT, CSO, current investment, inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, short-term loans and advances, and other current assets. So this is your balance sheet pro forma. CRR can be used only to issue bonus shares. This is a specific reserve, and security premium is also specific reserve. Second part of this chapter is right issue. इसका charger दे देना से. Right issue. मोबाइल. राइट इशू में इफ यू रिमेंबर हाउ टू कैलकुलेट राइट शेयर्स, यस बेटा, तो राइट शेयर्स कैलकुलेशन इज अ सेकंड पार्ट. यस, आप देख सकते हो राइट शेयर्स का. हाँ जी. सो हियर यू आर यूजिंग दैट फॉर्मूला, number of shares, this book value of a share, net worth of the company divided by number of shares, and theoretical ex-right price you are going to calculate. How to calculate theoretical ex-right price is very simple. Price before right issue multiplied by number of shares before right issue. Right shares into right share issue price divided by total number of shares, and you are going to calculate accordingly. ये इधर देखिए, उधर तक लेके जाइए. नहीं, आई जस्ट वांट टू सी सम क्वेरीज. वहां तक जा रहा है क्या? देखिए. ओके, पावर बैंक से बहुत स्लो होगा, रहने दीजिए. सो राइट शेयर्स आपको समझ में आया होगा. राइट शेयर्स में आप लोगों ने, यदि आपको याद होगा तो मैंने आपको बताया था, नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स यू विल कैलकुलेट करंट वर्थ ऑफ द होल्डिंग्स, number of shares into come right market price, that is a current worth of the holding, and in simple language you are renouncing your right, that is a transfer your right, and if you are transferring your right, how much amount you should collect from that person is called as right shares. Next one, after right issue, next chapter we have seen preference shares. In preference shares you have two options. You have to maintain your capital structure. To maintain your capital structure, you have two options and one combination of that. Number one, you will block your profits. That is, you will create CRR, capital redemption reserve. And second one, you will issue equity shares. So option number two, you will issue equity shares, and option number three, combination of this. ये कीजिए ना बेटा, मैं रुका हूं आपके लिए. इधर लग सकता है क्या? देखिए, यहां से सिर्फ ये निकाल के देखिए आराम से, उधर से जस्ट वो निकाल दीजिए इसका, ये चलेगा नहीं. एक ही सेकंड. तो बैटरी फुल चार्ज हो गया, ये लीजिए. ओके, सो फ्रेंड्स, redemption of preference shares, preference share capital account debit, premium on redemption account debit to preference shareholders, because preference share capital liability है, उसको आप रिड्यूस करना चाहते हैं तो प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल को डेबिट दोगे. प्रीमियम ऑन रिडम्पशन मतलब एक्स्ट्रा पैसा है जिसको आपका लॉस है, तो प्रीमियम ऑन रिडम्पशन इज योर लॉस एज अ डेबिट बैलेंस टू प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स. इट्स अ टेम्पररी अकाउंट. यू कैन राइट डाउन these notes afterwards. Preference shareholders account debit to bank will be the second entry, and after that P&L account debit to premium on redemption will be the third entry. If you issue equity shares, your account pro forma will be bank account debit to equity share capital to security premium. And second option that you have, P&L account debit to CRR. So P&L account debit to CRR. Okay. Next one. Next, understand third entry, redemption of debentures. Redemption of debentures is debentures account. But in this, you do not have any option. What is the difference between redemption of debentures and redemption of preference shares? The DRR account, if you create, it is created at the end of every year, and CRR is created at the time of redemption. So at the time of redemption, you create CRR, and DRR is created every year. How much percentage of DRR, Pratham ji? Yes. Can you tell me it in the comment section? What is the percentage of DRR and what is the percentage of DRR investment? Yes, just check how many of you can answer it. DRR own debentures account, if asked in the exam, you will prepare it. It has a debit balance and debentures account will have credit balance. Debentures credit plus debit minus. By balance brought down, you know that you prepare face value column, interest column and cost column. Immediate cancellation. If own debentures account is asked specifically in the question, then only you will prepare. Otherwise, no need to prepare own debentures account. Credit plus debit minus, by balance brought down. Then you have by to cash. ABCD sequence, Sanket sir shortcut. A, face value, only to know interest amount. B, interest calculation. If X interest, then don't deduct interest in C column, and D column you will get in the cost. Difference between face value and cost will be your profit on cancellation. And this profit on cancellation will be transferred to P&L account. It's very simple, sir. DRR is created 10%. Very good, beta, Poonam Sharma. And 15% is DRR investment. DRR account pro forma, credit plus, debit minus. By balance brought down. Then you have by P&L appropriation. To general reserve, if you are redeeming your debentures, and if you are carry forward your debentures, it will be to balance carried down. DRR investment, debit plus, credit minus. To balance brought down. After to balance brought down, you have DRR investment to cash. By bank, if you sell it, by loss to profit, and by balance carried down if you want to continue with your investment. Own debentures account is nothing but debit plus credit minus. To bank, ABCD sequence. A, cost. B, interest. C, inner column. D, outer column. X interest hoga, so don't deduct interest. Come interest hoga, so deduct interest. By debentures on the credit side, no need to carry forward. DRR is created 10% and DRR investment is created 15%. Own debentures, you will cancel with debentures account. No need of by P&L or to P&L. Own debentures account में by P&L to P&L नहीं आएगा. It's okay. Revisions are very, very important. So here we have finished with debentures chapter. Next chapter, investment account. Investment account, there are two concepts: investment in variable scrip and investment in fixed bearing scrip. Investment in variable scrip means shares. In shares, remember, we have two columns: date particulars, number of shares, and rupees column. To bank, when you have opening balance, to balance brought down, debit plus, investment is an asset. So I will show you this accounts. So if I write it, it will be easy for you. If I speak, it's very difficult. So this is investment account. You can see here, it's a debit plus, credit minus, to balance brought down. Then you have to bank. Here you will prepare number of shares column and rupees column. To balance brought down, number of shares and rupees. To bank, additional shares. To bonus, beta, we never write bonus in rupees column because it's a free of cost. And to bank in case of right shares if we bought it. When we sell it, we will write by bank. Okay, but whenever you are calculating when sale is there, you will write by loss and to profit. And this by loss and to profit will be in working note. And beta, if you are receiving pre-acquisition dividend, so pre-acquisition means you do not have shares in the past, but still you received dividend, which is credited to investment account, and post-acquisition dividend, you will write it in the profit and loss account. Not in number of shares column, only in rupees column. If you prepare P&L by profit on sale, you have by bank, post acquisition dividend, and by right sold. If you sell your right to another person, that renouncement, what is called as right sold, is renouncement, and this is 2 balance carried down. And 2 loss on shares. When you calculate profit or loss, number 1 is sales value less cost of sales. And cost of sales is nothing but your debit side total divided by total number of shares, because we are using weighted average method. Here we are using in shares. We always use weighted average method and multiplied by number of shares sold. Number of shares sold. This is total cost after deducting pre-acquisition dividend, and these are total shares. My friends, in investment accounts, you will always calculate profit oblique loss using sales value less cost of sales is a profit or loss. Very simple chapter. In case of debentures, it's similar to own debentures, and normally we use FIFO method. And in debentures, very, very important point is that to interest receivable and by interest receivable, if balance sheet date and interest payment date are different. If balance sheet date is not similar to interest payment date, you will write to interest receivable and by interest receivable. And similarly in debentures chapter, you will write by payable and to payable. I forgot that point if balance sheet date and interest payment dates are different. After that, investment chapter, investment in scripts, departmental, but yes, other faculty, he has covered some topics related to hire purchase, I think insurance claim, and profit prior to incorporation. So first I will tell you about hire purchase. Hire purchase price. In hire purchase, you have 2 methods. One is cash price and second one is interest suspense. In cash price method, your vendor is shown at principal amount, where you will show an principal amount, and in interest suspense account, vendor balance is showing principal plus interest account. Beta, your entries are very easy. First entry will be, try to understand it logically. Asset comes in, asset account debit to vendor account. What is the first entry? Asset to vendor. Then you will make a payment, down payment, vendor to cash. This is in the beginning year. After 1 year, entry will be interest account debit to vendor account. Then vendor account debit to cash account, your first installment paid. Then depreciation account debit to asset account. And last entry will be P&L account debit to interest to depreciation. Now, in interest suspense method, one more entry, interest to vendor, interest suspense to vendor. And here, instead of interest to vendor, entry will be interest to interest suspense. In case of interest suspense method, this additional entry, interest suspense to vendor and interest to interest suspense entry will be there. My friends, cash price and interest payment method, interest suspense method, only the difference is in cash price, vendor is shown at principal amount, and in interest suspense, vendor is shown at principal plus interest amount. My friends, vendor account will be asked in the exam. Vendor is your creditor, so credit plus debit minus. In case of goods repossess account, if suppose he has not paid installment amount in the second year or third year, his goods will be repossessed by vendor. And whenever he is repossessing any amount, you have to calculate loss on repossession. So there is working note for loss on repossession. Loss on repossession. Vendor by asset, credit plus because he is a creditor, to cash down payment, by interest and to installment to cash, and then balance carried down at the end of year 1. By balance brought down, again you will calculate by interest if he repossess some asset, two asset, and balancing figure, two balance carried down. If you calculate asset account, beta, asset debit plus credit minus asset to vendor is the, here you will write to vendor. Here you will write by depreciation and by balance carried down. To balance brought down by depreciation. If he purchased some goods, he repossessed some goods, so by vendor. And whenever you are calculating by vendor, you will calculate by loss on repossession, and this will be your by balance carried down. These are some notes for you. In hire purchase, you remember that table you have to prepare, that table, year, principal sum outstanding at the beginning, interest, P plus I, repayment, and principal sum outstanding at the end. Very, very simple chapter. And in case of reverse calculation, if amount is not given, that repayment column you will write and do the reverse calculation. Very simple. Hire purchase, we have finished with hire purchase. Next topic, profit prior to incorporation. Pre versus post. Pre means, beta, when you have not yet started the company and running business is getting converted into company, it will take some time, and that time, the profit, you end up with your sole proprietorship, and just to start your company, it will take some time, and that profit is called as pre-incorporation, and that will be transferred to, profit will be transferred to capital reserve, and loss will be transferred to goodwill, or either it will be shown as a loss prior to incorporation. So that is the treatment. And post incorporation, profit or losses credited or debited to profit and loss accounts. So we have to divide our pre and post profits in 4 bases, and that 4 bases are either sales basis, that turnover basis, or it might be pre, it might be post, or it might be time basis. So you will divide your expenditure on 4 bases. It's very simple topic. Pre-incorporation profit will be transferred to capital reserve, and post incorporation profit or loss will be transferred to P&L account. My friends, whenever you are solving this type of questions, my suggestion to you is that you always first prepare what is given in the question and then decide pre-post analysis. You will get in batch number 3 my sessions related to pre-post incorporation if you want. Otherwise, we will take a revision of this topic in our Zoom chat meeting. तो प्री एंड पोस्ट इनकॉर्पोरेशन ये चैप्टर यहाँ पे कंप्लीट होता है. आफ्टर दैट बेटा यू हैव इंश्योरेंस क्लेम चैप्टर, नेक्स्ट चैप्टर. इन इंश्योरेंस क्लेम चैप्टर दिस इज डिवाइडेड इन 2 पार्ट्स. वन इज लॉस ऑफ स्टॉक and second one is loss of profit. In loss of stock, you have 2 options. You will prepare trading account to know the last year GP, memorandum trading account for current year. Memorandum means balancing figure is not GP, but balancing figure is closing stock. And if there is your closing stock value is greater than your policy amount, in that case there is a under insurance, and in under insurance you will apply average clause concept in case of loss of profit. In loss of stock, and in case of loss of profit, your question is divided in 4 parts. First one is a disorganized period. Second one is a corresponding period. Third one is a preceding 1 year, and fourth one is net profit or loss for the last financial year. Our pro forma is very, very simple. You can check, you can see my previous recorded sessions of loss of profit. I will only explain for you. Number 1, sales for the corresponding period. Add or less, increase or decrease in your trend. So you will get sales for the estimated sales for the dislocation period minus actual sales for the dislocation period. You will get short sales. You will calculate GP on short sales in working note 1. Working note 2, you will calculate additional expenses less savings in indemnity period. You will get loss of profit before application of average clause. Working note number 1, GP ratio. Net profit plus insured standing charges divided by last financial year sales. And you may have one more formula, that is 1% probability, that is GP minus uninsured standing charges divided by sales of the last financial year. Working note number 2, additional expenses. Additional expenses is lower of the following. Roman 1 actual expenses, Roman 2 actual expenses into GP on adjusted turnover divided by GP on adjusted turnover plus uninsured standing charges, and Roman 3 is GP on sales generated due to additional expenses. GP on adjusted turnover is a working note number 3. Preceding 1 year sales at expected increase or decrease in the trend. Roman 3 you will get adjusted turnover, and Roman 4 you will get GP on adjusted turnover. Part B of this problem, if GP on adjusted turnover is less than amount of policy, it's okay. But suppose if it is greater than amount of policy, under insurance is applicable, and you will calculate the formula using for calculation of claim. This is a part B in case of under insurance. So loss of profit and loss of stock, very, very simple chapters. I hope you will cover it in your exam properly. Next chapter is a departmental accounting. Next chapter, departmental accounting. In case of departmental accounting, problems are very easy. Your expenses will be divided over 2 to 3 departments. In that case, problems are really very easy. But problem is there if one department transfer goods to another department at cost plus some profit. And whenever they are sending at cost plus profit, you have to understand there is a concept of unrealized profit, which is called as dad-son concept. Who will record loading unrealized profit? Dad will record, and in the books of receiving departments, closing stock, loading is there. Receiving department means son's department. So ABC are 3 departments. A will send goods to B, B will send goods to C. In that case, B will include some loading, and C will include A ka loading plus B ka loading, and B includes only A ka loading. This time ka exam question tha. Their format, yes, you stick to my format while calculation of unrealized profit. Whose unrealized profit you will calculate? Sender's department gross profit included in the closing stock of receivers department. So GP of department A you will consider, divided by sales plus internal transfer. You Roman 2 sales plus internal transfer minus sales return if there. If A gives to B, B gives to A, that's cross transfer if you remember. You will get a GP ratio. Then you will calculate closing stock only receivers department element, which is received from the sender department, and that GP ratio of sender department multiplied by the closing stock of receiver department, you will get the stock reserve, and that stock reserve is your debited to trading and P&L account for closing stock and for opening stock on the credit side. So beta, departmental accounting is really very easy chapter. I hope you understood it. Now next big chapter is, we completed beta almost. और कौन सा रहेगा देख लीजिए. अच्छा, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स एक था, बैलेंस शीट एंड P&L अकाउंट. मैनेजरियल रेम्यूनरेशन कॉन्सेप्ट इज देयर एंड डिविजिबल प्रॉफिट कॉन्सेप्ट इज देयर. मैनेजरियल रेम्यूनरेशन is basically depending on effective capital. So please share your thoughts about effective capital. If there is a loss and if there is a profit, you will get 11% of the net profit. Now that net profit you have to calculate according to section. Yes. Then as per company law, you have to calculate that net profit. That net profit, you will consider some points 11%. If manager is there, maximum 5%. If there is team is there, 10%. And part-time directors, you will get 1% if there are some team. And if there is no managing director or whole-time directors, you will get only one. Or then in that case, you will get 3% for part-time directors. Effective capitals के बारे में बता दीजिए. Yes, what is the limit for net worth? I'm waiting for your replies. At least effective capital किसको किसको याद है, मुझे just check करना है. I'm giving you effective capital. Yes, beta. Section 148. Sneha Gupta ji, batch 5 with Sanket sir is your answer. Section 148 talks about your net profit calculation. Okay. Prabhas is talking about, thank you, Sir Ji, for taking other faculties revision. It's okay, beta. It's my pleasure. In branch accounts, yes, I'm waiting for your effective capital. And in case of dividend declaration rules, you can use your past profits only if your minimum rate of return, average dividend rate of last 3 years, less than that, you should declare the rate. Maximum withdrawal limit is there. Minimum after balance means after withdrawal, what is the limit? Yes, that you will tell me in the comment section. Maximum withdrawal and minimum withdrawal. Okay, minimum balance in the resource. Yes, I'm waiting for effective capital. No one is answering, beta. No one is answering. Effective capital. Yes, आपको याद है? बताइए. Less than 5 crores. Very good. Very good. कहां से देखा बेटा आपने? 2 दिन पहले फॉर्मूला बुक कंप्लीट किया. अरे वाह रे वाह, मेरे शेर प्रथम. कभी नहीं तो जिंदगी में पहली बार कुछ तो पढ़ाई की आपने. यस, ये रिवीजन का फायदा हुआ. अभी जो चल रहा है आपको ये समझ में आया कि और रिवीजन करना पड़ेगा. डीआरआर याद नहीं आया, डीआरआर इन्वेस्टमेंट याद नहीं आया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं बेटा. इसीलिए ये सेशंस को बार बार सोने के पहले सुनते जाओ, बस हो जाएगा बेटा. रिया जायसवाल जी, देखो कितना रिवीजन करने की जरूरत लगेगी. प्रथम ने जस्ट 3-4 दिन पहले ही आपका नोटबुक कंप्लीट किया था. दैट्स व्हाई ही इज फाइंडिंग दिस वेरी इजी. ब्रांच अकाउंटिंग, कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट्स एंड इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स, ये बड़े चैप्टर्स है. ब्रांच अकाउंटिंग में आई विल टेल यू in debtors method and stock and debtors method are there in case of dependent branch. In case of independent branch, you have 2 options. Either you prepare columnar P&L balance sheet, or otherwise you will prepare incorporation of trial balance. You will merge it in your head office book, that trial balance. And last one is a foreign branch, in which you have integral versus non-integral operations. Integral means dependent, non-integral means, in simple language, it is independent. In case of debtors method, you think from the angle of HO, and in stock and debtors method, you think from the angle of branch. So debtors method, we prepare memorandum accounts to know the closing balance, and in stock and debtors method, there is no need of any memorandum accounts, but we prepare stock and debtors account, stock account, debtors account, expenses account, branch P&L account, then cash account if partly cash is remitted by HO and partly expenses incurred by branch and partly expenses incurred by HO, then only you will prepare memorandum cash account or cash account. So friends, मुक्ता व्यास ने आंसर दिया बेटा. 5 करोड़ के लिए 60 lakhs, 5 करोड़ से above than 100 crores 84 lakhs, less than 100 crores 100 to 250 120 and more than 250 beta. Yes. 120 plus 0.01% in excess of that capital. Very good. Very good. Mukta ne diya, Vritika ne diya. Very good, beta. So these people are really doing good work. At least they remember all these provisions. One more question I asked you regarding divisible profits. Dividend provision. Yes, beta. Dividend ka provision yaad hai aapko? Chapter वही है. Dividend distribution, you can use your past profits for distribution of dividend. इनको टॉपिक भी याद नहीं आ रहा है. फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स, ये चैप्टर था. माय फ्रेंड्स, इन ब्रांच अकाउंट्स, हाँ, 15% and 10%. 10% of paid up capital plus free resource, and balance in resource is 15% after withdrawal. Yes. That is the provision. Yes, now you recalled it. Very good. In cash flow statements, you have 2 methods, direct method and indirect method. Direct method when to use? When trading and P&L account is given in the question. Otherwise, you can use indirect method. Indirect method, when the balance sheet is given, you can use that method. So this is all for direct versus indirect. Direct method, you will open debtors account, you will open creditors account, you will open expense account. And indirect method, you won't open that account, but instead of that, I have given you one shortcut to open adjusted P&L account. If you start with net profit, PAT, that is a PAT, don't deduct, don't add dividend, but add only interest and tax. If you start with profit before tax, you will add only interest, don't add tax in that case, if your starting point is PPT. My friends, indirect method is normally asked in the exam, but you go with direct method also. That one illustration number, I think 6 number, Rian Limited. If you solve that illustration, Yan Limited, Ran Limited. Okay, if you solve that illustration for 2 to 3 times, your basic concepts will get covered. And after that, single entry, I can't explain anything in the single entry, but just pro forma, expense account to prepaid by payable to payable to cash and by P&L, income to receivable by received in advance to received in advance by cash and to P&L. In case of assets to balance brought down to cash by depreciation by cash by loss by balance carried down to profit. So these are some adjustments you are going to cover in the single entry chapter. Single entry chapter, you have to prepare that statement of affairs. Why this is called as a statement of affairs? Because your balance sheet is not getting tally, and it is prepared with the using the pro forma, and capital account will be the balancing figure, and capital account you will prepare by balance brought down to balance carried down, by profit to loss, and by cash is the additional capital, and to drawings, that is a capital pro forma that you are going to prepare it in the single entry chapter. Friends, after getting all this chapter, I think revisions are very, very important. अंकित गुप्ता ने आंसर्स दिए हैं डिविडेंड के बारे में, गुड. उसके बाद वी हैव स्टार्टेड विद अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स, वी फिनिश्ड विद ऑल रिविजन्स. बेटा अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स में अभी रिवीजन नहीं लूंगा, बहुत बार रिवीजन लिया है, सो अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स की रिवीजन आप देख लेना. और यहाँ पे मैं आज का लेक्चर समाप्त करता हूँ. सो विद टुडे वी विल end up with our session. Best of luck for your future, and I know you are going to pass your exam with bright colors. तो मुझे नहीं लगता है कि आप लोगों को कोई दिक्कत आएगा. I have taken each and every concepts in detail. According to me, your basics are now clear. Just have to brush up your all concepts, revise it properly. Go chapter by chapter. First, try to identify small chapters. Then try to identify big chapters. I already divided it in big chapters, small chapters. Big chapters, first you finish with your small chapters revision. Have some notes, important points, last day sessions, index, and all this will help you to pass your exam. Please scanners को open कीजिए. We are going to start with single entry very soon. So यहाँ पे मैं लेक्चर का एंड करता हूँ. इट्स आई एम लिविंग यू अर्ली 20 मिनट्स. यहाँ पे 20 मिनट आज सेशंस कंप्लीट हुआ है. एंजॉय कीजिए आज का दिन, बट कल से पढ़ाई चालू रखिए. फ्रॉम टुमारो स्टडी प्रॉपरली, हैव सम शेड्यूल. योर ईच एंड एवरी मिनट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. इतना याद रखिए. while doing your any time pass, you have some expectations for your life. Your father, mother, your family also have some expectations, and I also have some expectations from you. So please don't ignore this message. You are not working only for your expectations, you are working for your relatives and your teachers expectations के लिए. इतना याद रखना, पढ़ाई करते रहना. कभी भी नर्वसनेस आया तो डोंट फील कि मैं सीए नहीं होऊंगा. डोंट हैव सम नेगेटिव थॉट्स इन योर माइंड. ऑलवेज बी पॉजिटिव, be confident about your study, and please have positive life. इतना मैं बताता हूं. So this is very very important बेटा. ये याद रखिए आपको पूरा का पूरा. ओके ठीक है. सो कुछ भी डाउट्स होंगे तो आप पूछ सकते हैं मुझे जल्दी से. Thank you, sir. Going to miss you and your lectures, but will your words motivation. Thank you, beta. Thank you all. चलो मिलते हैं सेशन में. थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू. राम जी आज जल्दी खत्म कर रहा हूं. यस यस